for 3 minutes, 3-minute limit. And we have a list, and we have a volunteer citizen. Thank you. With the list, and we'll check if anybody is online who wants to speak tonight. All right, first up is Frank Chase. Mr. Chase.
Frank Chase, 24 Roxbury Road here in New Britain. We received some good news recently from Director Moriarty. Construction for the Overlook McKinley project will begin this summer. It looks like the engineering plans and the funding are in place. We will monitor this construction as it progresses. We are pleased with this news for our neighbors in the Overlook McKinley Sealander area. Now we can focus on the Allen Street project, number 2, phase 2, Oak Street to Beacon Street. The 2024 legislative priorities have been submitted by the mayor. I am told that the Allen Street project phase 2 is now at the top of the legislative priorities list, ahead of 2 other projects. Regardless of the project order per year, the record will show that the Allen Street project phase 2 was kicked down the road over many years. And you all have handouts with a longer version of my speech. State officials report that they have delivered a huge surplus of funds to New Britain, which were used for other projects. The state allocates funds to municipalities to do the projects that the mayor and the council prioritize. Our required storm sewer upgrades have not been prioritized by the mayor and council. Therefore, our critical neighborhood continues to flood. Also, state officials report there are no scheduled distributions from the FEMA DOT grant programs at this time. The city received $56 million from the ARPA fund. The mayor and the previous council allocated these funds for many worthy, important projects. I'm concerned about the $13 million allocated to the New Britain Flush program for sewer stormwater improvements. By the way, $2 million from the $56 million was allocated for the Overlook McKinley stormwater improvements. The Allen Street project did not receive any money from the ARPA funds. I included the ARPA allocation list for you in the handouts. We pay our taxes for the benefit of all residents. When we ask for our fair share to upgrade our vital Allen Street infrastructure systems, we are ignored by our city officials. We are demanding our fair share of state city money, which must be allocated for the long overdue Allen Street upgrades. And/or surprise us with a successful bonding effort, as you did with the new $20 million Public Works Operations Center. Meanwhile, the flooding continues. Obviously, our skepticism is justified based on Mayor Stewart's failed efforts thus far. Bottom line, the funding continues to be an obstacle in our path. Where is the money? The reality is simple. The city has funding and funding sources to complete the Allen Street project. Unfortunately, city officials have failed to allocate existing money, have failed to obtain new funding, and have prioritized available funds for other higher profile projects. After 30-plus years, the shell game continues while our quality of life suffers and our properties are at risk. As Majority Leader McNamara noted, the Allen Street project phase 2 must be placed at the top of the city's capital improvement list. Our city officials are forcing us to live with an imminent and an undeniable threat each day. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chase. Our next speaker is Alfred Mayo.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
State your name and address.
My name is Alfred Mayo. I live at 228 Bond Street, New Britain, Connecticut. I'm here tonight to say I served this country pride as a veteran, black veteran. I've received many phone calls from this city, from a lot of people, were not happy with the presentation of the black African American history. You yourself also offended blacks, each and every one of you. Blacks in New Britain is not political whatsoever by the Democratic or Republican should be controlled or our history based on the fact Republican or Democratic. That was very offending. Photo op, that's all it was. Whether you black or white, black people was very offended. It should never happen again. You got Puerto Rican flag there. Nobody's gonna offend that. Don't offend the African Americans. I received so many calls. You won't do this, what you did in the black history presentation. You won't do it for the Puerto Ricans, the Polish, or the Latino. Don't do it to the African American. We got role models, our struggles. It's proven that we served this country. We did a lot for this country. You did not even show whatsoever that our struggle in this city was a gain. They offended us. I'm telling you, don't do that. Give us an apology. Straighten up this matter. Make it clear. We got teachers, we got lawyers, and we got better blacks, not politics. Our young generation, you showed them that you don't need no black role model. All you need, Democratic and Republican. You offended us. Don't do that.
Thank you, Ms. Mayo. Our next speaker is Margaret Messerschmidt. Margaret? State your name and address, and you have 3 minutes. The floor is yours.
My name is Margaret Messerschmidt, and I live at 6 Hampton Street here in New Britain. And I will be brief. I'm here to support Mr. Chase's great work that he's been doing to help the city find the money and make our sewers a priority. I was offered a very good reminder of it yesterday, because while I was out shopping, I guess, the sewer truck came around. Now, you probably know what that is. That's the big yellow truck that every once in a while, they come and open up the manhole that's sitting right at the bottom of my driveway, and they pour a bunch of high-pressured water, I guess it is, down there. And I run for my bathroom to make sure the toilet lid is closed because it causes a geyser in my toilet. And I'll have to clean the whole bathroom if I mistakenly leave the lid up. So this is what we're dealing with our sewers. And they ought to be able to work without jury-rigging them around. The storm sewer backs up into my basement. My sump pump works constantly all winter. I was amazed how much time it spent pumping water out when it hadn't rained in a week and a half. So where is that water going besides my basement? Please prioritize this project. Get Overlook done and help us, please. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Margaret. Our next speaker is Andrew Pope. Andrew.
Hi, Andrew Pope, 87 Brighton Street. So I live in Frank in Margaret's neighborhood right up the street from him. And basically when the intersection there with Stanley and Roxbury, that little park floods, I have sewer water in my basement. That's about 20 feet below where my basement is. So that means that there's sewer water being pushed all the way up Roxbury into my basement, okay? That's a problem. I don't understand why it's happening, because the stormwater should be going away, but when the stormwater's there, it's pushing into the sewer water. Those are two separate lines. They should not be talking to each other. Last December, all of you guys were here. I was sitting in the audience. The commissioner from the Mattabesset Water Treatment was here and said, "Hey, you guys have fecal matter in your sewer line, in your stormwater lines." I want everybody to remember that. So that means the two lines are talking to each other. That does not sound like a good situation to have from health and safety, right? I had 3 inches of sewer water in my basement last summer. I came and I had a plumber put a back valve on my sewer line, and now every time that lake fills up, also it's normally a park, I get pressure that is so high it is coming out of the seal of that backflow valve. Now, it isn't 3 inches, but now I have sewer water in my basement again. And I have to go turn on an air scrubber. Most people don't know what an air scrubber is, but it's an industrial air filter. Imagine a giant fan and an HVAC unit, and I have to click that onto my basement to clean the air in my basement. And so now I'm incurring electrical bills because of this. I'm willing to fix my house, but I can't fix this because it is somewhere under the street, miles away from my house, and I don't know what to do, and you guys are the only ones who can help me. And the thing that really got me to talk today was last week, my insurance company called me to tell me that they're going to review whether or not they want to continue to insure me. And I don't know what you guys are going to do when the whole neighborhood is not insurable. Housing prices are going to collapse. You're going to end up with vacant property. It doesn't seem like a good system. Thank you.
Thank you, Andrew. I have no more names on the list, the sign-up list. Is there anybody else? Is there anybody remotely calling in? No. None, okay. Second time, anybody else wish to speak? Anybody else? With that, I declare public participation over, and our regular meeting will begin in a few moments. And thank you, Alderman. The time is 7:13. They give me a script and I forget, so.
Can you check the main speakers and see it?
All the persons wish to address the comments made tonight.
I like to.
Alderwoman Scott.
Well, I want to thank Frank for all his hard work and for coming out, and thank you too for coming as well. That the water issue is, it affects my house too. So I'm right here with you guys, and if there's anything that I can do to help, I'm in contact with John. So I definitely would want to help out. And I heard you saying something about the insurance, and the last time I called my insurance, they are starting to get a little bit lippy, about us making all these claims because of the water coming in our houses. And I hope that the sewer water is not coming in my house as well. But thank you guys for doing all that hard work. And it's really sad because it's been going on for so long and nothing has been done about it. And it was going on before I even purchased my house. And I had no idea. So we just really need to work on that. And Mayo left, but I just wanted to thank him for being a vet. And if there are people that have concerns about how we are addressing Black history, I hope that they would feel free to give me a call at 860-325-3119. I'm trying to be a good, positive role model, as I think the other older people here are as well. So I don't think that we would mind talking about that. So thank you so much.
Alderman Hargraves.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Chair. First of all, to our residents in the Roxbury, Allen Street neighborhood, I know that is a top priority for this council to try to address that this year. So we hope to have some results for you sooner rather than later. As far as Councilman Mr. May, I'm kind of upset that he did leave. But this past week, last Wednesday, the city did hold a flag raising ceremony in honor of Black History Month. Raised a Pan-African flag, which is still raised here in our Central Park, right across the street from City Hall. In addition to that, next week, the city will be honoring prominent Black members of our community in a ceremony here at City Hall on the second floor next Thursday, 6 o'clock. I'm not sure what are the issues he heard or some of the complaints that we've heard. I, for one, haven't heard any complaints. I'm one of a few Black members of this Common Council. I also serve as a Human Rights and Opportunities Officer for the city, which kind of oversees some of those events, along with the commission that advises. So if there's any concerns, I would advise that you contact the commission, contact myself. The commission will meet next Tuesday at 6 o'clock at its regular meeting. Just a little bit confused by his comments. I seen him in the audience. I approached him, immediately apprehensive. I spoke to him twice in the past few months. One time I saw him at a restaurant. We spoke for about 15, 20 minutes. So I really don't know what I did. I'm trying to figure that out. Why he's so apprehensive against me today. But if there's any residents that have concerns about how the city is doing things for Black History Month, please feel free to reach out to me or any of these council members here, and we'll be glad to try to address that. We definitely take people's suggestions into consideration. Where we can do better, we can always do better. And we're always trying to do better. But sometimes more ideas and more people's ideas that can help us go towards that direction may help. So instead of just criticizing, we do advise you to reach out and have suggestions that can help make our city a better place for all. And we're always looking better to improve ourselves. So thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Alderman Hargraves. Alderman Gibson.
Good evening. Just like everyone else is stating, thank you guys. Thank the residents for expressing your concerns, and thank you for your diligent information. I'm new, I'm learning, and we'll see where this goes. Once again, as Alderman Hargraves stated, I wish Mr. Mayor would have stuck around, but I'm just kind of confused too as where that point was going. And just for the record, before I became an elected official, I believe that I was a very committed contributor to the African American, not just the African American community, but this community in its whole. And just like it was stated, if anyone had any complaints or concerns, I personally did not receive any, but I'm more than welcome to address any concerns or take any suggestions or input going forward. But like I said, I'm here to serve all constituents in the ward that I was elected in, and hope that we can all come to a common ground for all solutions. Thank you.
Thank you, Alderman Gibson. Any other comments from our council? Any other comments? Any other comments? Hearing none, I think I have it right this time. The regular meeting will begin in a few minutes.
Got to make sure the microphone was off from that one. All right, good evening, everybody. I'd like to call to order this regular meeting of the New Britain Common Council. The date's February 14th, 2024. The time is 7:27 p.m. Mr. Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Alderpersons McNamara.
Here?
Smedley.
Present.
Sanchez.
Here.
Beloin Saavedra.
South Office.
Simpson.
Present.
Russell. Barbosa. Hargraves. McAdam. Gibson. Scott. Connors. Malinowski.
South Office.
Pabon.
South Office.
Santiago.
South Office.
Okay, 11 present, Your Honor.
Thank you. 11 are here. The rest are in the South Office in Puerto Rico. They all went together. They got a cheaper flight. Can we all please rise for the invocation? We'll be followed by the Pledge of Allegiance.
Let us pray. O God, our Heavenly Father, Valentine's Day fills our hearts and souls with your precious gift of love. We ask you to instill in us everlasting love for our families, friends, and colleagues. We ask this in thy name. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. A happy Valentine's Day, a happy Ash Wednesday. Alderman McNamara was a better Catholic than I today. Do we have any meeting minutes this evening, Alderman?
Thank you, Your Honor. I make a motion to accept the minutes of the regular meetings of January 10th, January 24th, and the special meeting of January 23rd.
Second.
January 23rd or January 13th? 23rd, sorry. Typo here. I have a second by Alderman Russell. Any questions or comments on that? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Motion carries. I don't see any amendments tonight.
You are correct.
All right. Mr. Clerk, we'll move along into our petitions.
Yes, we have many. Number one is from Alderman McNamara for the appropriate departments to reinstall stop sign near 2453 Corbin Avenue.
To the Police Commission, please.
Okay, the second is from Alderman Hargraves for the appropriate departments to conduct a traffic study on Road Street from Wildwood Street to Chapman Street to determine if parking should be restricted to one side of the road.
At Police Commission.
Okay, petitions 3, 4, 5, and 6 are from Alderman Smedley to modify several zoning ordinances.
All of those will go to the City Plan and the Zoning Committee. That's 3, 4, 5, and 6.
Okay, number 7 is from Alderwoman Sanchez for the appropriate departments to provide detailed information as to what is done with old or no longer used city property upon renovation projects. This would include school building renovation projects.
Facilities? Centers of Support Services.
Okay. Number 8 is from Alderpersons Sanchez and Simpson for the appropriate departments to conduct a traffic study in the vicinity of New Britain High School on Brook Street, Glen Street, and South Main Street to install speed humps or other speed-reducing safety mechanisms to deter speeding and reckless driving in the area.
Police Commission.
Okay, number 9 from Alderwoman Sanchez for the appropriate departments to provide detailed information regarding all the costs associated with the 2023 Memorial Day Parade.
Parks and Recreation.
Okay, number 10 from Alderman Santiago for the appropriate departments to have the electric company install a street light on Robindale Drive at pole 56745.
I mean, we can send that to the Public Works Department, but we don't control who installs streetlights, so, I mean, we can send it there, but the response is just going to say that.
Okay. Number 11 from Alderperson Santiago and McAdam for the appropriate departments to address the lighting visibility pertaining to all the street lights throughout the city.
Same thing, but I guess I'll send it to the Public Works Department.
Okay. Number 12 from Alderman Santiago for the Public Works Department to consider including Elam Street in the upcoming city paving program.
Public Works Department.
Okay, number 13 from Alderman Santiago for the appropriate departments to conduct a traffic study and speed enforcement measures on Piermont Avenue between Osgood Avenue Highview Avenue, and Jordan Street.
Police Commission.
That's it, Your Honor.
Thank you. We'll move along to the consent agenda this evening. Alderman McNamara.
Thank you, Your Honor. Make a motion to accept consent agenda of items A, B, C, D, E, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, P, and Q. Items F, G, and O are off consent.
Okay, I have a second by Alderwoman Sanchez. Are there any questions or comments regarding the consent agenda? Mr. Clerk?
Okay. Alderpersons McNamara.
Aye.
Smedley.
Yes.
Sanchez.
Yes.
Simpson.
Yes.
Russell.
Yes.
Barbosa. Hargraves. McAdam. Gibson. Scott.
Yes.
Connors. 11-0, Your Honor.
Thank you very much, Mr. Clerk. Motion carries. The first item off is item F. Alderwoman Scott, I believe this is you.
I make a motion to refer to the Committee of Planning, Zoning, and Housing. We're looking for more details on the distribution of the funds, and I urge for the
Second.
referral.
I have a second by Alderman McNamara. Okay, and the motion is to refer the report back to PZ&H, correct? Are there any questions on the referral of this report back to Planning, Zoning, and Housing Committee? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Anybody opposed? Motion carries. Item G, Alderman McNamara, I think.
Thank you, Your Honor. I make a motion to refer to the Consolidated Subcommittee.
I have a second by Alderwoman Sanchez to refer to Consolidated.
Yes, this concerns the use of cameras, I believe. Residents complained illegal activity in the area in question. In addition to cameras, please have police department monitor the area. The commission has reviewed it and has said that they were apparently fake cameras were installed as a deterrent, if that's correct, or not real cameras. But the bottom line is the recommendation to increase patrols through the area and include a security check to monitor the area. So I urge referral.
Okay, any questions or comments on that? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Anybody opposed? Motion carries. Alderwoman Scott, item O.
I make a motion to refer to the Committee of Administration, Finance, and Law. This is regarding the compensation for elected and appointed officials, and I urge referral.
Do I have a second? Second by Alderman Simpson. Any questions or comments on the referral to AFL? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Move along into the resolution section of the agenda. Item number 1 tonight, Alderman Russell.
Thank you, Your Honor. Through you, I make a motion to accept and adopt item number 1. This item
I have a
is to,
second by Alderwoman Sanchez.
this item is to amend the Code of Ordinance regarding the issuance of the badges for the alderpersons. We have made some changes in the wording such as alderman and alderperson, and we no longer have to return the badge at the end of the term. This will be a gift to the alderman through the city. But remember, when you get re-elected, you're going to have to use the same badge. So hold on to it and keep it in your persons, and I urge an adoption.
Any questions? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Alderman Connors.
Good evening, Your Honor. I rise to make a motion to accept item number 2.
Second by Alderman Smedley.
Thank you. Item number 2 regards an agreement with TriTech Americas LLC for solar projects in furtherance of the Non-Residential Renewable Energy Solutions Program. This program is designed to promote the development of renewable energy industries, to encourage participation from stakeholders, and to promote environmental policies. will generate electricity and revenue for the city, and I urge adoption.
Thank you very much, Alderman. Are there any questions or comments on this item? You're going to see a lot of items coming forward with regard to energy savings. They're all underneath different program names. So this is the new program, right, that replaces the old program that you're going to hear about in the next resolution, too. The state and its acronyms. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Alderman Connors?
Thank you, Your Honor. I rise again to make a motion to accept item number 3.
Seconded by Alderwoman Sanchez.
Thank you. This resolution authorizes the mayor's office to extend an agreement with High Tone AG Grid LLC for virtual net metering credits. These credits are beneficial to the city and promote environmental sustainability. This is a extension to bring it into conformance with a current agreement, and I urge adoption.
Thank you. So NRES and SAM of what we talked about the last time is VNM in this time. Any questions or comments? It's good money for us. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Alderwoman Scott, item number 4.
Thank you, Your Honor. I make a motion to accept number 4 and refer to Committee on Administration, Finance, and Law.
I have a second by Alderman Smedley.
This is about our compensation for elected officials and appointed officials, and we did make a decision during the meetings to increase the registered voters' salary by $5,000, and I urge for the referral
Okay.
to review this.
Sending this to AFL. Any questions or comments on the referral? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Alderwoman Scott, item number 5.
Thank you, Your Honor. I rise again to make a motion to accept and adopt number 5.
I have a second by Alderman Hargraves.
This is in honor of February Black History Month, and I'm going to just read a little description. So, since 1926, a son of a former slave and coal miner, as a child, Dr. Carter G. Woodson conducted Black History Week, a long celebration to honor individuals and events which portrayed significant impact on African American life and history. Since 1976, Black History Month has been celebrated nationally during the entire month of February to seize the opportunity to honor the too often neglected accomplishments of Black Americans in every area endeavor throughout our history. The city of New Britain is proud to be the home of such a diverse, distinguished population, and we recognize the accomplishments of African American leaders, inventors, artists, politicians, and heroes in our country. The Common Council of the City of New Britain proclaims February as Black History Month and encourages its residents, public officials, and all individuals to observe this month with the opportunity to have ceremonies, programs, and activities to celebrate the rich legacy of African Americans and to honor the remarkable contributions they have made, the progress of our community. I urge adoption.
Thank you, Alderwoman. Any questions or comments? Alderman Hargraves.
Thank you, Your Honor. I just want to say Black history is American history. And I'll say that again, Black history is American history. But for too many years, history of Black Americans have been suppressed or erased. So it's time that we honor, and I'm glad that this happened in 1926, almost 100 years ago, of the Negro History Week. And I'm glad that in the past few years, the city of New Britain has made strides to make a point to celebrate Black history. Because before, the Common Council just read a resolution and we went on. But now the city's taking strides to celebrate Black history through the flag raising ceremony that has been going on for the past 5 years, as well as honoring some of our Black residents that made contributions to not only the city or our country or our state, but throughout the world. So the fact that we're doing that on an annual basis every year, and it may not be enough, but it's something that we're doing to honor our residents that live here in New Britain that has not been done before. So I congratulate the city for taking these strides to make sure that we are actually honoring Black history and not just having a resolution, but actually putting something forward to make sure that we remember our history so it's not forgotten in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Alderman. Okay. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Any
Aye.
opposed? Motion carries. Alderman Connors, item number 6.
Good evening, Your Honor. Pardon me. Make a motion to accept item number 6.
Surprise. Do I have a second? Seconded by Alderman Hargraves.
Thank you. Oh, I make a motion to accept and refer item number 6, pardon me,
To AFL.
to the AFL committee.
Seconded by Alderman Hargraves. All right.
Thank you. Pardon me. Item number 6 eliminates a 3 subject matter committee restriction. Should the council so choose at any point to create an additional subject matter committee, it does not of its own create anything or make any changes other than that at this time. And as such, I urge referral.
All right, thank you. Any other questions or comments? Let's go into AFL. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Alderwoman Scott, item number 7.
I make a motion to accept item number 7 and referral to AFL committee.
Seconded by Alderman Simpson.
Okay. This is, again, about our, about giving the administration, the compensation to elected and appointed officials, and we urge for referral to review that.
Thank you, Alderwoman. Any questions or comments on the referral? All those in favor, please say aye. Anybody opposed? Motion carries. Alderman Smedley, item 8.
Thank you, Your Honor. I make a motion to accept and refer item 8 to the Committee on Planning, Zoning, and Housing.
I have a second by Alderman Gibson.
Thank you, Your Honor. This will be an amendment to Section 19-54 of the Code of Ordinances regarding zoning regulation amendments and changes. Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions or comments? All those in favor, say aye. Anybody opposed? Motion carries. Alderman McNamara, item 9.
Thank you, Your Honor. I make a motion to accept item 9 and refer it to the Committee on Planning, Zoning, and Housing and the City Plan Commission.
I have a second by Alderwoman Sanchez.
Yeah, this concerns the conveyance of State of Connecticut DOT parcels back to the city. DOT discovered turnaround areas at the end of Hamilton Street and Sherwood Road were never released to the city, and have prepared documents to release this property to the city at no cost, which I'm sure you're glad to hear. I move referral.
Thank you. Any questions or comments? All those in favor, please say aye. Anybody opposed? Motion carries. Alderman Simpson, item number 10.
Thank you. I make a motion to accept item number 10. Second.
Second by Alderman Smedley.
Accept and adopt.
Accept and adopt.
To accept and adopt,
Yeah.
essentially. My understanding
Semantics,
for
I get
making
it.
this is that the city of New Britain can accept property, and once we decide to do something with it, then it needs to be referred to a committee for further discussion. But tonight is to just accept the donation of properties, which, pending further discussion, would be used for something like the Mount Pleasant redevelopment, expanding our public housing and ensuring that residents have safe and affordable housing in the city of New Britain. Thank you.
Thanks, Alderman. When there are plans to use it, it will come back. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Motion carries. We're grateful to our friends at Stanley Black & Decker for giving that to us for nothing. Alderman McNamara, item 11.
Thank you, Your Honor. I make a motion to accept and adopt item number 11.
I have a second by Alderwoman Sanchez.
This is use of $50,000 to CDM Smith for on-call engineering services. In Public Works for the MS4 permit requirement proposal in the Utilities Division. I know Director Moriarty is here if anybody has any questions, but I urge adoption.
Thank you. Any questions or comments on this? All those in favor, please say aye. Anybody opposed? Motion carries. Alderman Connors, item number 12.
Thank you, Your Honor. I make a motion to accept and adopt item number 12.
Second by Alderman Smedley.
Thank you. This motion pertaining to the last one as well is in regards to the M4 permit requirements. This would be a purchase order for $30,000 for Comprehensive Environmental Incorporated for the investigation of illicit discharges. This is a requirement from the state, and as such, I urge adoption.
Thank you. Any questions or comments? All those in favor, please say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Alderman McNamara, item 13.
Thank you. I make a motion to accept and adopt number 13.
Second by Alderwoman Sanchez.
This is a purchase of unleaded gasoline at $2.58 per gallon from January 26, 24 to January 25th, 25 for Public Works. Move adoption.
Thank you. Any questions, comments? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Alderman McNamara, item 14.
Me again? Thank you, Your Honor. I make a motion to accept and adopt item 14.
Second by Alderwoman Sanchez.
Thank you. This is the purchase of ultra-low premium sulfur diesel fuel at a fixed price of $2.77 for the same period for the Public Works Department. Move adoption.
Thank you. Any questions, comments? All those in favor, you can try your minds, say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Motion to adjourn made by Alderwoman Sanchez, seconded by Alderwoman McAdam. All those in favor? We're adjourned at 7:49 p.m. Have a fabulous evening. Happy Valentine's Day.